Domestic violence services are facing budget cuts. More than $2 million in federal funding is about to be removed from the sector. The budget cuts to specialised family violence programs come in at the end of June, as Emma Younger reports.
Rod and Julianne Beckham look like a picture of suburban happiness, but less than 5 years ago their lives were dominated by violence.
Standover tactics, yelling, screaming, threatening behaviour.
A lot of just feeling really oppressed, like, I wasn't good enough, it's a very hard kind of thing to describe because it's all mostly psychological violence.
Rod Beckham never hit his wife, but she feared one day he would. It was when a neighbour thought she heard Julianne being murdered that Rod decided to seek the help of a men's behaviour change program. Thousands of men are on waiting lists for similar programs. A federal funding cut of $2.4 million to domestic violence programs is set to make the wait much longer.
And that funding is extremely important because current state government funding isn't sufficient to enable these programs to meet the demand.
Relationships Australia runs programs across the country. Its federal funding will run out in June, along with a number of other services.
We'd like it to be continuing and to be sustainable, and for us to know that we can continue to work with these families.
The cuts come as a landmark study in the UK has found most men stopped physically and psychologically abusing their partners after completing similar programs. Only 2% of women reported being physically injured after their partners went through a program, and more than half said they felt very safe.
All of us feel freer, remarkably much more free, alive.
It's a life I want to keep living, I actually feel like I'm alive and a person.
The federal government says tackling violence against women will be a priority at this year's COAG meeting. Emma Younger, ABC News, Melbourne.